Good morning. Uh, a death of woman, particularly married woman, under different circumstances, if found dead, normally the police hesitate to register the case of the complainants, the relative of the woman. Simply they register 174 CRPC, even though the complainant accuses the in-laws and husband. That is a deprecated practice. Then they will try to alter after RDO inquiry. RDO inquiry seems to be very uh, vague, disheartening, uh, conscious persons are functioning as RDO. Everybody knows corruption prevails, even top brass officials. This how this RDO. He is not at all applying his mind. He simply records 161 statement of the investigating officers as an inquiry report and simply files it. And the courts are also not pulling them the purpose for their power to inquire and submit report. Okay, so this 174 may be turned as 302 IPC if murder is committed. If suppose uh, death was there, but the death was due to dowry demand, then that will be come under 304B. So 113A amendment shifts the burden on the in-laws to explain under what circumstances the married woman found dead. It is their duty to explain. Then 498A, their cruelty to the woman resulting the death, suicide, whatever it may be. Cruelty leading to death, suicide. 498A. Then 306, abatement to commit suicide. This abatement commit suicide would applicable to generally to all, even for male persons. But several multiple judgments of the Supreme Court issued guidelines that there should be proximity of time between the incited words or incited acts and for committing suicide. If there was a sufficient reflection of time to reconcile her earlier incidents, there may not be abatement of commitment suicide. These things are there. Then a fantastic judgment is there. Supreme Court has decided a case wherein little more expanded defense was there. AR 2020, Supreme Court 4714, Gurcharan Singh vs. State of Punjab, 306, 107 Evidence Act, Section 3814, abatement of suicide. They say mens rea, allegation that deceased wife committed suicide due to harassment after marriage by accused husband in-laws for insufficient dowry. Ingredients of mens rea cannot be assumed to be ostensibly present, but has to be visible and conspicuous. No overt act or illegal omission seen from accused side in taking due care of his deceased wife. Evidence also does not indicate that deceased faced persistent harassment from her husband. Conviction of accused set aside. So lower court acquitted the appellant, and again High Court has convicted him. Therefore, lower court has convicted him under section 307, acquitted and other offences. 4 years RA. Then the charges were 304B, 498 and 34 IPC. Okay, 2 children were there. Few days prior to occurrence, she was beaten and turned out from her matrimonial home by the accused to bring 20,000. This was then again she was left at the place. Thereafter, she committed suicide. Postmortem was due to consummation of aluminium phosphate. Husband and parents were charged. Then they say Jail Singh, PW2, Chand Singh, PW3, and Surjit Kaur, PW4, were father, maternal, and mother of this. Determined that the unnatural death was result of dowry demand. Witness then the 20,000 rupees was demanded for purchase of house. The Supreme Court has said dowry death. Dowry means agreed upon during and after marriage and in marriage for demanding dowry. That was not paid, then harassment, that is called dowry demand. For business financial help, house purchasing loan may not come under 304B. That was several judgment of the Supreme Court. Then they say the ratio was, that's most important. You go through the judgment. As in all crimes, mens rea has to be established. To prove the offence of abatement, especially 107 IPC, the state of mind to commit particular crime must be visible to determine the culpability. In order to prove mens rea, there has to be something on record to establish or show that appellant herein had a guilty mind and in furtherance of that state of mind abated suicide of the deceased. The ingredients of mens rea cannot be assumed to be ostensibly present but has to be visible and conspicuous. In the present matter, both the trial court as well as High Court never examined whether appellant has mens rea for the crime he is held to have committed. The conviction of appellant by trial court as well as High Court on the theory that woman with 2 young kids might have committed suicide, possibly because of the harassment faced by her in the matrimonial, is not at all borne out by the evidence in the case. Testimony of PW do not show that wife was unhappy because of the appellant and she was to take such a step on his account. So this was the ratio. Here also the children were, after death of the mother, were brought up by the parents of the husband. Therefore the Supreme Court has said, without any material report, except inference, the conviction is illegal. So this is most important. The court should not infer except substantial evidence to prove the mens rea. This was the ratio of the judgment. Therefore, almost these sort of cases, the defense counsel should be very careful in cross-examining the prosecution witness. But normally woman is here. The investigating officers do not have a social conscience or heart while investigating the cases of 306 because normally the other side may agrees with exorbitant income. Therefore, deliberately they mechanically record 161 statement. Particularly, the investigating officer must be socially interested and there should be second monitoring by at least woman commission's representative on all these cases. Best wishes.